You know what
No,
I'm
not at
saying? Like
all.
I don't understand these people. Like they think you need to size up however your child is. If your child is very aggressively mature, you know what I mean? I understand. Then you adjust to that. But most kids ain't that mature at 15 to be talking about a Christmas present is a Glock 9 or some stupid, like, come on, man, a AR. Like, this is silly to me. But I'm beyond confused about how all of them in cahoots. That part of
The-
it is fresh and new for me. Like, this weird. All of them.
Man, all of them. Yeah, they playing some stuff because I don't know. Maybe the kids were getting bullied. It's just still like you said. It bothers me on parents going to buy a 15-year old a gun
Yeah.
and they want to call African American youth or teenage or adolescents or whatever you want to say
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
valid
yeah,
teens and
yeah.
everything. You don't see not labeling anything, but you don't see people in our community going and buying a 15-year-old
We don't shoot up
a
our
fight.
schools.
I know we don't shoot up our schools, but we
Yeah,
won't go buy. That's not the reason why we're not going to buy these 15-year-olds. We don't want to go buy a 15-year-old a gun because we don't want them to get caught outside with it by the police or anybody else
that's
that's
right.
out there.
Cause we
You know what I'm saying?
already
Because it's
labeled
already a
as a
threat, right?
we labeled as a threat already. So we already have to maneuver. You know what I mean? These regulations and these systems that's in our
Right.
country. So, hey, that's what it
It,
is, and unfortunately, it don't seems to be changing because the powers that be, as you can see, you don't if you don't see all this racism going on around you, you's a fool. Like 2020 came and it went, but what it did also is it showed the true essence of the country that we stay, lay, play in. And until we be honest with ourselves and recognize that this is what's going on, then we're going to keep doing this cycle. And I'm going to move on because it's time to move on. I ain't even going to stay there because, like I said, it's a cycle. So I'm going to step up out that matrix. You understand me? And see if there's another possibility to do something different, you know? Jeremiah got you out there? Jeremy. Let me see. Caddy? Okay. Let me see. Yeah. Yo. Well, that's what you call a transition completely. You know? I think we gotta always be prepared, man, to be honest with ourselves. First and foremost. That's the bottom line. Before anything, we gotta be honest with ourselves. And a perfect way of being honest with ourselves is learning about ourselves. Because every single week, like I said from the beginning, you guys, we are going to take time to make space for a little survivor's clarity for black CEOs. How many do we have? Who are they? Which companies do they represent? How long have they been there? How long have they represented those companies? You know what I mean? Has it been 1 year, 2 years, whatever? You know, I think that's very important because there's not a lot, you guys, and I'll go into that just a little bit, but there's not a lot, you know. And actually, it's only 19 black CEOs in the history of the Fortune 500. So that's not cool. In the history of the Fortune 500 list, there have been only 19 black CEOs out of 1,800. Why? After so many years, this same problem. Is that number still so low? That's what I'm wondering. That same question comes to my mind. How much money do they make though? Our current and our former black CEOs. You know what I mean? Every week, I'm gonna make sure to name and share light and exposure to a Fortune 500 black CEO, past or present, until we run out. This is the point I'm trying to make because it is important. This week, we are gonna talk about Franklin Raines. He represented Fannie Mae. You know how all of us got student loans? All of us, everybody. Black, white, Chinese, Arab, Hispanic, whatever it is. We all got loans. And from who? Student loans. And guess what? He was the CEO of the company that we all owe that money to, Fannie Mae. He represented it from January 1999 to December 2004. Okay? And I wanted to talk about Raines because Raines, you know, we shed light on all black CEOs, but Raines, his page is not gonna read so shiny and gold. You know what I mean? We have to shed light on all of our CEOs that are black, regardless of how it went down at the end or the outcome. Raines became the first black CEO of a Fortune 500 company in 1999, but unfortunately his history-making tenure ended in turmoil. He left Fannie Mae, formerly known as the Federation National Mortgage Association, under pressure, of course, in 2004 after allegations of extensive accounting irregularities, linked to hitting financial targets for executive bonuses, of course, and said at the time he was taking an early retirement to hold himself accountable if irregularities did indeed find accounting errors. It's always about the numbers, y'all, the dollars. The allegations just followed him around for years after he left the mortgage finance company, and in 2012, a class action lawsuit against him was dismissed after a judge determined that no determined and no direct evidence against Raines had indeed had no connection to him or his investors. So he was the first black CEO of a Fortune 500 company, and we want to shed light on him today. And we in the holidays, y'all, and it's time for us to open up those Christmas presents and get excited about what's gonna happen for next year. You know, I'm super pumped up. Today was a holiday version of our show. This episode is episode 10. We're closing this chapter of this, what do we want to call this, años? Or do I want to call this decade? Or do I want to call it 10? Anyway, we closing this chapter. And I'm excited because it's around the holidays. So much love out there I want to give before we get out of here. Caddyshack, you still out there?
Yeah, I'm here, boss.
Oh man, listen, so much love I want to give out there to so many of you guys that have completely given us your time, your luxury of time. You know what I mean? You can spend it anywhere with anybody, and you chose to spend it with us. And we appreciate it, every drip drop of it, from 30 seconds of your time to you guys are listening to an hour worth of content. Some of you guys are giving feedback on the YouTubes, on the Facebooks, on the Instagrams, on the Twitters, on the TikToks, on all the platforms that we are spread all the way out around. We're covering them all, and we just appreciate you guys for rocking with us. This is fresh, original content, original platform, original ideas. We are some just young black creators, and we appreciate you guys for showing love by giving us y'all time, which is the most important thing, period. Except health, I'm sorry. Pardon me. Your health is first, then your time. Because you got all the time in the world, but if you stuck, you know what I mean, stiff, yeah. So, but we appreciate you guys. It's the holidays. We want to say Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. It's going down every week. We bringing in that new content. We appreciate you guys for giving us those action eyes on that interview we dropped about a week ago or so with Pastor Andre Ballard. We appreciate you, bro, for giving us that quality interview that you gave us. Homage and flowers to you. We certainly appreciate you. Me, Josh Surviving, I appreciate all you guys. The guys that are hidden in the back, the guys that help us in so many different ways, that become nameless and faceless, and that's super cool. We are scaling up. We are going to do what we supposed to do. You know what I mean? Every single month, every single week, every single day. This is what we're gonna be trying to get to, and scale up and evolve. Me, Josh Surviving, Bambino, Minister J, Josh Skills, Uppity Singer, Jocelyn, Josh Griff, Jeremy Drums, Poos, interview coming soon. Ladybug, T-Raw, New Year's coming. You guys, we're gonna be doing something really exclusive, some interesting things. We got those prizes on the way too, for the new year. Exclusive merch, all that good stuff that we're gonna be providing to our survivors, the survivorship. Caddyshack, you got anything for them, Doctor?
No, man, not really, but just by being the holiday season, because we spread love on the Josh Survivor Show.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Be,
sir.
be a blessing to someone that a little less fortunate. You know, just spread some love to somebody in need. Be a blessing.
Yes. Yes, be a blessing to somebody you know and somebody you don't know. And just, man, put a smile on your face, because life is so precious, man. Like, we living in the future too. Don't forget about that, y'all. We actually in 2021. I remember when I was a shorty, man, that sounded crazy to me. We living in total recall, y'all. So boss up. You know what I'm talking about? Get with the ones that love you. Don't be around nobody that tolerates you in any capacity, whether it's work, family, friends, social, any of that stuff. If they don't want you around, get away, run, please. And do that for you. Do it for you. Until next time, you guys, peace.